Hi friends, here is a nice interesting problem. We are given that there are five boxes. Right, these five boxes are actually weighed in pairs. And when they are weighed in pairs, obviously how many pairs will be possible? 5C2, right? We can select two out of these five boxes in 5C2 ways, which is 5C2 is 10. 10 different ways we can select, right? We are given all those 10 pairs, weights of all those 10 pairs 110, 112, 113, 114, etc. Right. Now, what is individual weights of these boxes? Right. What are those individual weights? It could be anything, right? 50 plus 60, 30 plus, let's say 80, whatever. It could be anything. What are those combinations? Right. The problem is pretty interesting. Let's see how. Now, these all numbers are in ascending order, right? 112, 110, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, etc. Now, what does that mean? The sum of weights of the lowest two weight boxes, lowest weight box and the next lowest one, that should be equal to 110, right? Because this is a pair, the sum of lowest one and the second lowest should be equal to 110, right? Because these are the lowest and there is nothing below 110. Just like we are saying, let's say we have 10 different badminton players. And what is the worst thing that can be possible? It is the worst of the two people, right? If you order all these five people in ascending order, and if you have to create a team which is the worst team, then we'll pick the worst of these people, these five people, and make a team that will be the weakest team, right? Right. Similarly, what is the strongest team? You pick of these five people. If you pick the strongest two people, then that will become the strongest team. Right. Similarly, what if the lowest weight of this pair is actually 110? What does that mean? The lowest box and the second lowest box, they should add up to 110. Similarly, highest and second highest should add up to 121. Not only this, the lowest and third lowest, that should add up to 112, right? This is the second lowest total, right? This means what is the second worst team? Second worst team, how can we create? We can create using the worst guy and third worst guy. Second worst guy is, so worst guy and the second worst is creating this, and the lowest and the third lowest, first and second lowest is creating this. First and third lowest will create this one. There is no way it can be lower than this, right? Because if we add some other guy, that some other guy is better than both of this, so the weight will increase. Great. Similarly, this 120 is also the sum of highest and third highest. Right. So we can define for this 110, 112, 120 and 121. Nothing beyond that. Because others, for other cases, we can get other combinations. Right. So for example, if if you put this one says A, B, C, D, E. Right, in ascending order. Then A plus B should be 110, 110, and A plus C should be 112. Similarly, E plus D should be 121, and E plus C should be 120. Right. We cannot say anything about, we cannot say A plus D is actually 113. Right. We cannot say that because D D can be exceptionally good, so that even B plus C can be less than A plus D. Right, this is possible. B plus C can be less than A plus D if D is actually very high, higher than B and C. D is anyway higher than B and C, but if D is too good, then D can compensate for A, and A plus D can actually be higher than B plus C. But there is no way when A and B are the lowest, some other two numbers, sum of other two numbers. For example, A plus C cannot be lower than A plus B because B is lower than C and A is common. Right. There is no other way except A plus B being the lowest and A plus C being the second lowest. Right. Now let's continue like this. Right. Lowest plus second lowest is 110 and lowest plus third lowest should be 112. Highest plus second highest should be 121, and highest plus third highest should be equal to 120. So third lowest and third highest actually both are the same numbers, right? Now let's start with something like 50. Any 50, right? Let's say if some number is the lowest number is actually 50. What does that mean? 50 plus second lowest should be equal to 110. That means second lowest should be 60. Right? Lowest plus second lowest should be equal to 110. What does that mean? Second lowest should be 60. When second lowest is 60, because all five numbers are different, that means third lowest should be at least 61, fourth should be at least 62, fifth should be at least 63. Right? We are just taking consecutive numbers because there is no way if these two are lowest. Right, if first one is 50, the second one has to be 60. There is no way third one can be lesser than 60. Right, third one should be 61, 62, 63. But this is not possible because 62 plus 63 should be equal to 121, but in this higher than 121. So 50 is not possible. Similarly, if you take any number lesser than 50, if it is 49, then the second number itself will become 61. Then third, fourth, fifth will become 62, 63, 64. Right, which is clearly not possible. So clearly any number below 50 is also not possible. So right, let's check for 51 if it is possible. 51, if first lowest is 51, then second lowest should be 59 because 51 plus 59 should be equal to 110. Right. If it is 59, then third one should be at least 60, fourth one should be at least 61, fifth one should be at least 62. But again, 61 plus 62 is going higher than 121. So this is also not possible. If the lowest is 51, then the least, the highest number can we have is 62, right? Which is not possible, right? Because if it is 62 and 61, that the sum is going above 121. Right. Now, so 50 and 51 are clearly not possible. What if it is 52? Anything lesser is also not possible. Let's try. If it is 52, then the second lowest should be 58. Then third lowest can be 59, 60, 61, 62, whatever. Now here we have a possibility, right? Here we have a possibility because 60 and 61 they together add up to 121. But but uh, but the these all the remaining three numbers they cannot go beyond because if 51 goes little above then it becomes 60, the highest number will become 62, then 62 and 61 will not match up to 121. So if it is 52 then this is the only option. If it is 52 then 58, 59, 60, 61 is the only option if it is 52, right? Similarly, if it is 53 also, we have some options. 54 also, we have some options. But when it becomes 55, when the lowest becomes 55, right, the second number will also become 55. 50 plus 55 plus 55 is 110, right? Which is clearly not possible, right? Because there is no repetition. So 55 is clearly not possible. The lowest cannot be 55. We are left with lowest being either 52 or 53 or 54. Right, anything beyond 55 is not possible if it because if the lowest is 56, that means second number is will become 54 because 56 plus 54 is 110. But that defeats or that contradicts our original statement that lowest is 56 because 54 is lower than 56. Right, any number beyond 54 is not possible, right? We are left with only 52, 53, 54. That is the only possibility, right? Now, if it is 52, then we have only one option that is 58, 59, 60, 61. We can't go beyond. If once we go one step ahead, then we'll not be able to match this 121 target, right? The highest and second highest should be equal to 121. Only happen when highest and second highest should be 60 and 61. If that is the case, if this is the only case, then lowest and third lowest that should match, the sum of that should match multiple, right? This and this should match this, and this and this should match this. Similarly, this and this should match this, and this should match this one, right? But 52 plus 59 is equals 111, which is not there. Right, 112 is there, 111 is not there. So this option is not possible. What we are saying that when it is 52, there is no clear option which will satisfy these sums. Right. Now let's go ahead and try to find out if it is possible for 53. If lowest is 53, second lowest has to be 57 because 53 plus 57 is 110. Right. Now, lowest plus third lowest is equals 112. That also we figured out. So, what does that mean? Third lowest should be 112 minus 53, which should be equal to 60. Right. Now, if third lowest is 60, fourth has to be at least 61, fifth has to be at least 62. Right. One number higher, at least one number higher. But if fourth and fifth are 61 and 62, they together will add up and make more than 121, which is not possible. Right. So when it is 53, clearly there is no way we are not able to fit fifth, fourth, and fifth one. Right. Here we are taking the lowest possible second number, and the third number has to be 60. Then fourth and fifth doesn't have a slot. So 53 is also gone. We have only other option, which is 54. If it becomes 54, the first lowest, second lowest should become 56. Right. And first lowest plus third lowest should become 112. Right. What does that mean? Third lowest should be 112 minus 54, which is 58. Right. Now, third lowest is actually third highest also. Right. Because there are only five. This third highest plus highest should be equal to 120. Right. Third lowest is or third highest is 58 plus highest is 120. What does that mean? Highest should be 120 minus 58, which is 62. Right. Now, highest plus second highest should be equal to 121. Right. So 62 plus second highest should be equal to 121. That means second highest should be 59. This is actually solving all of our equations. So for example, 54 plus 56 is 110. 112 we have 54 plus 58. Similarly, 115 we have 59 plus 56. You can check yourself that all these numbers are getting satisfied. So So these are the numbers 54, 56, 58, 59, 62. These are the five numbers. Right. Beyond 54, there is no option because we have already figured out 55 is not possible. Because the lowest itself is 55, second lowest also has to be 55, which is not possible. Right, guys? This is an interesting problem. Right. Here, I have slightly modified this. They have given some options here. Options Options will make the problem little easier, but ideally we should understand how to solve this kind of problems. That's why I remove the options. Right. Here, in the question, in the CAT original question, some options were also given. Right, 54, 56, 59, whatever, whatever. Using the option, you can try different options and still be able to solve the problem. But the goal is not to use the options and solve the problem. We should be able to solve the question without using the options. That's why I removed the options and went ahead this way. Right, yes. Thank you. Hope you like this.